Hello everyone and welcome back to DJ's Gaming. We are here with another episode of our Create Mod tutorial. And after you have built all of this, a lot of people, this is where they stop because they're like, okay, well, I built all this. What do I do now? This is the part where your imagination gets to take charge because you are now capable of building any machine that does not require brass. Pretty much if it doesn't require brass, you can build it. And so what I like to do is I like to start with a farm. And so these are everything, oh, except for this, you don't need the windmill cell. I forgot to take that out. But this is everything you need to build a completely automated farm. So I'm going to go ahead, put some of these things in my hotbar, and we're going to get started. And I am going to build you, there are two different farms that I am capable of building, that I know how to build. There is what I call the semi-automatic farm, and the semi-automatic farm just requires you to pull the inventory out of it on your own. You do not have to stop it from spinning, though it does make it a little easier. But, yeah, you don't have to. And then there's the automated farm. Now, the automated farm is a lot bigger and has some difficulties to it. And I'm going to go ahead and make both of them for you today and show you guys how to make both of them. So, first though, we are going to start with the easy farm, or the not completely automated farm. And the first thing you start with is a location for your power source. Now, the farms do not require a large amount of power. Honestly, a small water wheel with a single water source. A small water wheel with a single water source is enough. And this is one of the things with the small water wheels is you can put them sideways. You can't do that with the big water wheels. And then you make sure you can get to the power. And then what I do is right under it, this is where I will put my water source. And then we use linear chassis, which I always suggest making the ends like this, because glue will stick to this end and make it sticky, and that can screw with a lot of things. Now, I usually only make it yay big. You don't need it very large, because this will completely be automated. And then after you do that, I then add the mechanical harvester. And the way you make the mechanical harvester is with 4 andesite alloys and 2 iron sheets with an andesite casing. And then you make the mechanical bearing as well. And the mechanical bearing is just a shaft, andesite casing, and oak slab. And then, of course, you also have the linear chassis. And the linear chassis is useful in the fact that it can produce, okay, not really produce. For some reason, when the linear chassis is used, it will add rotational force to whatever items are here. And then you can use either chests or barrels for storage on this. I usually go chests just because they look better. You can go either way. That's up to your personal preference. And then after all that, you glue it all together. And once you've glued it all together, it's now one giant mobile. And you put the mechanical bearing down and notice that it's spinning the wrong way. And then when you notice that it's spinning the wrong way, you just you just fix it real quick. And so now it's spinning, and you can, you know, till your land and plant your seeds, and the seeds will get auto harvested, and then it will get put into one of the inventories. And the problem though is once this fills up, you're gonna have to manually remove the inventory. And so it's nice, it's simple, but because of that, it does mildly suck. Now, what you can do to fix this is you can use portable storage interface. You need 2 of these. Now, with the portable storage interface, the portable storage interface is pretty much an andesite casing with a chute. And then a chute is just 2 iron sheets with an iron ingot. And you can then, you'll need a chute as well. And finally, I also add in a andesite funnel. Where is that? There it is. An andesite funnel. And it's pretty much an upgrade to this machine here. So, you'd have to, that was not the way I wanted you to rotate. They do need to be 1 block away from each other. And then put the chute there, andesite funnel there, and then under the chute, you put your inventory. And it can be anything, you know, a double chest, or pretty much just whatever you want. And so now, when I go ahead and start this, it will harvest, and then I realize I forgot to glue it together. Don't forget to glue it together. So now I start this. Now it connects. It's not supposed to do that. And now the inventory is over here. And this is where it becomes a little bit, it becomes self-sufficient. You can then increase the size of the storage, or what I would do is set the storage to get bulk ground up and continue forward. But I wouldn't be able to do that until I have the brass funnel. The brass funnel, where is the brass funnel? Or you can also use a smart chute. Use a smart chute or a brass funnel, because you can only pull out, you only need to pull out the wheat. The seeds don't need to be there. You can, honestly, what I would do is you can use your creativity. Once you get the brass, you could use your creativity, have a brass funnel getting the wheat out, and then you can use a smart chute to drop the seeds into a composter, and then when the composter gets turned into bone meal, you can have the bone meal transported up to a set of deployers that will sit there and deploy the bone meal to a handful of things of wheat, and sit there and have an automated bone mealed farm. But that would be a project that I will have to show you later when we do get to how to make the brass items and how to deal with brass items. But yeah, this farm though is now completely self-sufficient. I don't need to do anything until this is full. And so usually it takes, this size of farm will take about a week to maybe halfway fill this. But you now have unlimited food. Now one thing just to point out is these spots here, you can't really grow anything on them. And then also, Anyways, there's also a little circle of area that can't be, because it spins in a circle. You'll notice like this area here, it should be able to reach out to here, but it can't. It will not harvest this block, it will harvest these ones here. I usually make this slightly bigger. That's the other thing, you can make this as big as you want, as long as you want. And this is just the basic setup. After the basic setup, you can make it as large as you want, to go as far as you want. But this is usually the very first machine I will make after everything else. Now you just have unlimited food. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe for more. And if you're wanting to have any suggestions, or if you want to know specifically an item you want to see me build and show how I would build it, leave that down in the comments and I will look into it. Anyways, have a wonderful day, everybody.